Impossible to year or coven if he made a break because of fear or because of honor. Im sha'amar emes, osha after sha'amar emes, after he said emes. Okay. Osha siyam b'kodem b'chazan, or he finished before the chazan. V'samach Hashem l'keichem im emes, and he connected Hashem l'keichem with emes. And mamtin sheyachlo chazan, waiting till the chazan is starting. V'shiyomi morning, he could say it with him. Ein utzarach l'chazar, he doesn't have to go back v'lom pam acheres emes on the second time emes. Say second time emes. So he was in the middle of Hashem l'keichem emes, and he made a break for one of the reasons. Year or coven. I don't know if you maybe he should have. But he doesn't have to go back. Or again, if he said Hashem l'keichem emes, and he's waiting for the chazan again, he doesn't have to say it again. Emes. Mamtin pirish the ilu imlo shah. If he didn't, because if it was that he didn't delay, we would silence him if you would repeat the words Gomer emes twice. This is Memtas. This is from the Ilya Rabbah. Come over Bishma Bishma. The same thing as by Shema Bishma Modim and by saying Modim. But if you waited a time, after even though we don't silence him, you wouldn't have to repeat. Why should he have to double it the second time? Similarly, with any place where he makes a break with whatever bracha mi brachos, Kriyashma. When he goes back afterwards, he doesn't have to go back except for the word where he stopped from. You don't have to repeat, because why should you repeat? You could repeat though, because you delayed. If you went and break any bracha, you would always go back to where you went. Okay, where you were. With tefillah, and the comments in Kavdalan, so if you hay and betfillah later on in Kavdalan. So Gimel, this was from the pre-Chodesh. Who the comments in Kavdalan, later on in Kavdalan, Beis Yosef and Beis Yosef. Okay. Anyone Amen, after Gal Yisrael, you don't say Amen after Gal Yisrael. Nisham to have a hefsek, because that would make it a hefsek. Hagav, Yesham the on Amen, some say you do say Amen, but Chainogan, that is the minute of Anus Amen to say Amen. The Anus after to answer. Achosh Lil Tibur after Lil Tibur. Aval Imat Tefillah Levad ain't only Amen, but his spell Levad, but he's praying on alone, he doesn't say Amen after his own bracha. Because the Kama Sim and Reish Tatzvav, obviously later on in Reish Tatzvav, this is from the Torah. It doesn't say Amen, Zion. Beina Acharat and Beina Acharat, whether after himself, whether after the Shil Tzibur, and an alef. This is from Muchach from Beis Yosef, proven from the Beis Yosef. Achagal Yisrael, after Gal Yisrael says Amen. Lashon Avar, it's a language of past. Mishum Dehu Kai Al Gulas Mitzrayim, because it's going on with the redemption of Mitzrayim. So Gaal, he redeemed. Because going on the he redeemed Israel, going on the Mitzrayim. Al B'Tfilah Shmonaseh Yom Goal Yisrael, he redeems Israel. Mishum Derachmin, because it's prayers, merciful. And Mispal, how often he's praying for the future. Yom Maravis, and by night, by Marav. Shenogan Lom Brachat Hashem Melech Yitur Yisrael V'Goalo. Okay. And he had the minute to say Tur Yisrael V'Goalo. Taz was very pressed. Me'od decided to answer it. But Dagam Rav Yishik. She also by Dagam Rav answered the question. Mekomakom Ne Koshazu. And still, because of this question, Nagwan Shemai Salom Megam B'Marav Gal Yisrael. Even by Marav they say Gal Yisrael. You don't say this long bracha. Nun Beis. It's from the Shari Tshuva. Yishom, some say, you should answer Amen. Hi Yisham, this Yisham is fairly hold that even al birchas atmo on, even by his own bracha he could answer by Gal Yisrael. Nun Gimel. This is Muchach Mitur Ubeis Yosef Adaki Moshe. Kivan Shusiyam Kshal Seder Brachos Shal Kriyashma, since it's the conclusion of the order of the brachas of Kriyashma. It's the end of the set. Below Klash Vile Hefsik Vein Gulali, Tefillah doesn't count as a Hefsik between Gula and Tefillah. V'Alkein Kama Ramon, therefore the Ramon says, the Mitzad Echa Min Hagenu, who Gam Kein Ki Yashomim, one side we hold like the Yashomim, has that, which holds the Lo Chashiv Vile Lahafsik, Vein Gula 2, it doesn't count to make a Hefsik between Gula and Tefillah. V'Alkein Nogin Lanos Acher, Ashtil Tibra, and therefore we have, so we doesn't count as a Hefsik to make a separation. We don't do it for ourselves. But therefore, okay, no again as Achar Shtil Tibra. We would answer for Shtil Tibra main. Abel im is spelled Levada, but if he's praying on his own, in min again alanas main, we don't have the minute to say the answer. Main to the common, Bisimin Reish Tes Vav. As I say later on, Reish Tes Vav. I show him look there. La understands what I mean. B'dafka im lo hiskul adayin pasuk. It's only if you didn't start the pasuk of Shal Hashem Tefasei Tiftach, of Hashem Tefasei Tiftach. Then download. It's from the Eliyah Rabbah. The Misham Ve'elech have a Ketfilah, because from then on, once you start the Hashem Tefasei Tiftach, it's like prayer. Yesh Medachim, there are those that are specific. The Shavuosim would say to Kuliyam, they want to be able to see everyone. Mamtina B'Tzur Yisrael, they wait by Tzur Yisrael, or B'Shirish Chadash, or B'Shirish Chadash Ketfilah Anus, Amen Acher Shtil Tibur, in order to be able to say Amen after Shtil Tibur. Because of Kol Achronim Shaliyah Pei Moshe. When all the Achronim say that's not good what you're doing, you're waiting for the Amen. It's no good. That's from the Ilya Rabbah, Pri Megazim, V'Chadish Rav Yeager, V'Lev Shisrad, V'Chayadav. All those, say, all the Achronim say that's no good. Shaliyah Pei Moshe. Shari, who be'emtza perik, it's in the middle of perik Shalem Esiyatz. If he's still in the perik of Esiyatz, they ain't like La'anos Shom Amen, you shouldn't be answering any Amen, Levad Mishtei Amenim, and now B'Siv Gimel, Ba'agah. Aside from the two Amen which you said earlier in the Agah, the Kelek and the Shema. Yeah, Kelek Kaddish and Shema Tefillah. What is this? Oh. Okay. Okay, Gam the Chafila brothers the Haskell with Tefillah Shmonas. It's also the Chafila it's proper to start Shmonas in with Shtil Tibur V'Akal B'Shava, with the Shtil Tibur and the congregation together or equally. This is from the Eliyah Rabbah. Ela Eifta Cheres Yesh. Well, there's another way to do this. V'Nachal Nasos is proper to do it. Kedei L'Teis K'Kuli Alman, or to be able to everyone. Sheichavim L'Sayim Im Shtil Tibur B'Shava. So you should intend to conclude with the Shtil Tibur equally, finish at the same time. It's from the Magen Avram. So odds ain't a b'choyev lanas amen, then you're not obligated to say amen. Oshiyas Hoshbona Esim Ma'at Kodem or Shtil Tibur starts from the Nashri a little before the Shtil Tibur. This is from the Bush Yisrael. Dahainu Pasuk Hashem Sefasa. That's from the Pasuk Hashem Sefasa. There was there Hama'at Vade like repeated that with this little bit there's not for sure no to be makward. Ve'enek De'enek Aklal Akdamas is not recognizable at all. Is going first. Achar Shtil Tibur. You should do this after the Shtil Tibur. Wrote to limit to say, "Im Eresh who gamar kodem shtel tzibur." If it happened that he finished before the shtel tzibur, below his skill adayah shtel shmonas, he still doesn't start shmonas, right? Uvin tayim gamar shtel tzibur, and in between this, the shtel tzibur finish it, yeah. Avol ein tzorach lahamtin al zeh l'kuliyam. We don't have to wait for this according to everyone. This is pashin. I mean, you shouldn't be waiting for this amen. You just start shmonas. If it happens, you didn't start Shemona Esrei Shemen. Okay. You have to connect Gula to the Tefillah. You shouldn't make a break after you said Gal Yisrael. Okay. Yeah. Rakim era owner Shalonich Tefillin, except if you had some pressing need where you didn't put on Tefillin, and there's Domino Ben Gul the Tefillah, and it happened to him to have it bind between Gula and Tefillah, then Meniach will Az will Yivarach and put them on and don't make a bracha then. Amen. And Achar Shishbal and just don't make a bracha until after you daven. Avul Talis, but if you have a talis lo yiniach, just don't put it on. Okay. Vim Achalo. Oh my God, you saw Ms. Damilo talis v'tefillin. If before he said Gal Yisrael, he happened to have talis v'tefillin, Menichem v'lo yavarach aleim, then you can put them on and don't make a bracha on them. And achar tefillah until after davening. Okay, same thing basically. V'ish, but even before Gal Yisrael. V'ish amim those say shekodem Gal Yisrael before Gal Yisrael yavarach al tefillin, you could make a bracha on the tefillin. V'achinag this b'minag that on the tefillin you could make a bracha. This is from the Mordechai and the Tosus and the Gosmamini and the Hilchos Pirush. Oh, and one thing different from before, you could put on even the talis. Sorry. Between Gal Yisrael and davening, even according to Shulchan Aruch. Maybe again you don't make a bracha. And again you don't make a bracha. Okay. Ches. Tzarech Lismok, you have to put next. You have to connect. A gula tefillah. I only come with some in the Kaf Yiralef. Let's look at around the Sim Kaf Yiralef. Lo Yavsing, don't make a break. I feel Bashila Malman and assignment just a delaying in general between saying Gal Yisrael and starting davening. This is from Mukham Free Magad and the Machas of the Shechel. It's from the Free Magad and the Machas of the Shechel. Gal Yisrael. He says Gal Yisrael. This is worse than being in the middle of a parak. This is from the Magen Avraham and the Shem Shilti Geburim. Achi is damen tefillin until he has tefillin. Mishum shahaya misyar shiyavar zman kriyashma, because he's afraid the time of no. The ein lahafzik bo afilu with ne'yir kamo betfillin. There isn't to make a break by this between Gal Yisrael and tefillah, even because of fear. Im lo b'makom sheyesh kashash sakana, unless there's a place of concern of death or sakana. This is from the Pri Megadim. Shlo that he didn't put it on. Lo hayachal lahavta b'kriyashma, is not able to delay by kriyashma. Ad she is damet tefillin until he has tefillin. Mishum shahaya misyar shiyavar zman kriyashma, because he's afraid the time of kriyashma would go, so he couldn't wait. Before then, in misyar shiyavar zman tefillah, same thing would be if he's afraid of the time prayer is going to daven, of prayer is going to pass. This is from the Magen Avraham. Mispabli tefillin should just daven without tefillin. But immediately when the congregation comes, after who believes tefillin, even if he's without. And then immediately when he gets them afterwards, in the middle of the day, say whichever mizmar. So make sure to put them on right when you get them. This is from Ki Asulas Shum Malacha Kodam Shikaya Mitzvah Hamutalas Alav Ketos to any Malacha before he does the mitzvah, which is on him. V'tzarchian Misha Ein Alo Tefillin. Someone doesn't have tefillin. The Eis Shatibur Mispal, the time when the congregation is davening. Im Tov Yosu Shi Yispal Im Atibur. If it's better to daven with Tibur. After believe it's tefillin, even though it's going to be without tefillin. And afterwards, when he gets the tefillin to his hands, Yikayim mitzvah tefillin the father, just do tefillin alone. So should he daven now and do tefillin later? Or mutter shezagivan after at tefillah tibor, it's better to delay until after the pray with the congregation. Because they shol tefillin make a or to borrow tefillin from his friends. They shake with kriyashma baseball with tefillin in order to read kriyashma and daven with tefillin. Pasuk Magen Avraham the mutter shezagiv after tefillah, it's better to delay until after the tefillah sibur v'yishol tefillin and borrow the tefillin. Today she kriya shema, mispal b'tefillin and shri kriya shema and daven with tefillin. Mniachaz, you put them on then. The tefillin yesh time shayachos the kriya shema, because tefillin has is applicable to kriya shema. With tefillah, tefei mitzitzis more than tzitzis. This is from the Bushi Srad. Alehen. Don't make a bracha on them. And the pre-Kaddish agrees with Sfir Lei and he holds to keep in the Shari Lanyach Tefillin, Ben Gula Tefillin, since it's much to put on Tefillin between Gula and Tefillah, Yachal Varakam can be able to make the bracha also. The one if we have sick is not counted as a hexik. Same pasuk we say for Evan Ozer, that's also pasuk in the Sefer Evan Ozer. Amma der Chaim Chayadim Parv the Chaim and the Chayadim Bashar Harbi Poskim and other many other Poskim Hatiku Kulam Divrei Shulchan they all copy of the level Shulchan Aruch Halacha. She is Palal. And don't make a bracha until after daven. Shema mashmish b'hem mavarach aleim that you move them around and make a bracha on them. This is from the Achronim. Lo yanechaz. Don't put on the talus. V'al korcho im yirtzu lisaki. V'al korcho im yirtzu lisaki v'sfilim yidam mochel l'am b'shtika. That we're forced if he's going to have to put on wrap around in the talus, he's going to be forced to stand with silence. Without starting Shmonas, he's going to be wrapping his talus or standing in the wrap situation. Bleach the haskish when not without starting Shalometz. The Haviyashtika hefsik below heter kiyam the tefillin. And now in the silence would be a hefsik, and they didn't allow this except for tefillin. This is from the Machas Zachakel. Okay. Minichan, you can put them both on. She'ena nachat tefillin the Levish's talus hefsik, because putting on the tefillin and wearing the talus is not a hefsik, I guess, before Gali Yisrael. That's in this case. The Beis Yosha and the Levush. Shariafilu Yachal Gross, because he's even able to read Lasso with Malachto, for Ochu Karv, and to deal with do his work while he's still reading. Ukidul Elbasim and Samachal Zion, as we said earlier in Samachal Zion. Kolim Shigal Yisrael, you say before Gal Yisrael, Rotzelomer. You would make a bracha. So the Haggah is saying not only do you put them on, you make a bracha also. Or to Lomar Kol Misham Baruch Hashem, that means before you said the bracha Hashem. Lacham Mikan Vavadi also the have to Misham David. Then afterwards, for sure, it's also to say and to break a break with everything. So even if you didn't say the words Gali Yisrael, but you have to bracha Hashem, of course you can't break a break there. He's Kmosh Gesavim Berlach, as explained in the Berlach of Hashem Mechayadim, Magen Yiburim, in the name of the Magen and the Magen Yiburim. Ela Yisayim Gal Yisrael, you should do it, you complete Gal Yisrael, finish that part. You're up to there. V'yanich fill and believe bracha, put on the stone without bracha. V'ayim v'samach v'mashik v'sadim v'shem ma'am Mordechai. Look next year, we'll be saying the name of the line Mordechai. Mem Zayim, Yivarech. Make a bracha on the stone. Near Pasha Zekan, also Lomer Baruch Shem V'machos. Because here will be asked to say Baruch Shem V'machos. Shenogin Lomer Achas B'yachos Amitz. So we have the minute to say Baruch Shem after the mitzvahs. Gam Nachon Shalol Yivarach B'zeh Kiyam Bracha Achas L'niach. It's also probably shouldn't say the two brachas that we have the minute. Just say the one L'niach. So we'll have if we have it poskim over again. Because we felt as many poskim hold that just L'niach is enough. We can now with Simach Chavav. Ayin Shammah say earlier in Simach Chavav. Okay, just say the one bracha. Well, this is a minhag. The timeline is proven from the words of the Quran. This is what we passed in. This is from the Prima God and the Derech Chaim L'Chayadim. Test. Eilan is Kaddish Kedusha ben Gula. You shouldn't answer Kaddish and Kedusha between Gula and Tefillah. And what do? How do you? Okay. Mamtim b'shir chadasha. Way by here, shir chadasha. Kedei lana some others should be able to answer. Okay. That says Kedusha. V'chein baruch hu modim. Similarly, baruch hu modim shouldn't be answering between Gula and Tefillah. Right off. This is Pashit. V'yer l'tamsim sheyachuya sheyichra b'tchila Tefillah, and you should see that to be exactly when he should bend at the beginning of Tefillah. B'eish atibur shochan as from a modim. At the time when the Shtiyah Tibur is bending from modim, or it's not the Shtiyah Tibur, the Tibur, the congregation is bending at modim, so you should also be doing bending at the beginning. Bengula, Yesh Me'achon, those that say Shekasa to the Shabbos, Mutzlanas Kaddish and Kedusha by Shabbos. You could answer Kaddish and Kedusha. This is from the Eli Rab and the Derech Chaim. Between Gul and Tefillah, you can answer that. V'kol Hani Shadomim Lehem Hanis Karim, and all the things which are comparable to them, Hanis Karim, all those things earlier, which you said you could do for the Tzit Gimel. Then Gul and Tefillah, which you could do this between Gul and Tefillah and the Kamas and Kaf Yud Aleph. So on Shabbos you could do those things in accordance in the Yishma Achronim. This is Sim Kaf Yud Aleph. Kedurosim, what do you do? Wrote told me to say, Yamadayin lo Shama Kedusha or Baruch Hu, if you still haven't heard Kedusha or Baruch Hu, so well, then what you should do is you should delay. But you don't have to do this if you heard them already. This is from the Derech Chaim. Man to Bishar Chadash, she wait by Chidar Chadash. Lach Hashem Marse Osef alef. If you had say Osef alef, then you can wait. You wait after that. This is from the Eli Rabbah and the Derech Chaim. That Yevid, as long as you didn't say Baruch Hashem, you're able to respond or answer. Amen. Afterwards, you have to go back into the beginning of Shir Chadasha. Or walk upon a mitzvah Yisrael, or at the very least, you have to restart from Mitzvah Yisrael. Do us Salatini, which is the start of the topic. Okay, Imagine because of a Magen Avraham Kat Gimel, similar to the Magen Avraham said Gimel. What you can make a break for Kaddish and Kedusha, but you have to go back to the front beginning. Also, don't you have to say similar to the concluding thing which you just said before? Samach Chasima. You can say similar to what your brachas of, let's say brachas Hashem, whatever. You have to say the whatever also mentioned before this brachas Hashem. That the conclusion has to be mentioned next to the conclusion. Okay, this is from the Maimon Mordechai. Yud. When Kol Mishlo Amar Emes V'Yad, if anyone doesn't say Emes V'Yad to Shach first, Emes V'Yad Arvis or Emes V'Yad at Marv, Lo Yaseh Chovas HaMitzvah Kedikuna has to fulfill the obligation of the mitzvah properly. Haga, Mishron is someone who's forced V'Dachok and he's pressed. V'Ein Lo Pnai L'Spal and there's no time to daven. Miyad immediately after Kriyashma, immediately after Kriyashma. You could Kriyashma ad Emes V'Yad. You should read Kriyashma until Emes. V'Yamtin Lomer Shar Brachos Ad Shizbal and then should delay the rest of the brachos. So just say Shema, and then the rest of the brachos just wait until you daven. Shaz Yomer V'Yatzav V'Nachot, and then you could say V'Yatzav V'Nachot. V'Yispal Kadesh Yis Mogul Tefillah, and then you be able to daven then in order to attach Gul Tefillah. So the base Yosef V'Shem Rokach V'Shem Rokach out. So if you would have to delay if you wanted to say davening. So what you should do is just say Shema, and then wait for davening and say the brachos with the davening. Kisikuna, properly. Avolosha. He hasn't fulfilled his obligation properly if he doesn't say the Emes V'Yatzav in Marv and Shacharis. Avolosha lo Yatzav Klal Yidei Kriyashma. It's not that he's not fulfilled at all the obligation of Kriyashma. The Karmelan, the brachos say Machos for Kriyashma. The brachos are Machos for Kriyashma. Okay. El Shal Yidei Zeh Kriyashma Shalo Gamkein Inenu Karai. But through this is missing of Emes V'Yatzav, his Kriyashma is also not really proper. This is from the Beis Yosef and the Bach. The Aser al Kopanim the Amra Achar Tefillin should go back and repeat it at the very least after davening. Im Lo Amra Kodem Tefillin didn't say before davening. Ukadul Elbasim and Samach Sebbeis, as we said earlier in Samach Sebbeis. But Tosh Yom Roda Pam Kriyashma, it's very good to say another time Kriyashma when you go back and repeat it. When you should say Emes V'Yatzav, repeat it after Kriyashma, and also say Kriyashma there too. This is from the Berkei Yosef. Because the Torah says B'Shem Yerushalmi, and the name Yerushalmi, Tzorchel Hasker B'Emes V'Yatzav, you have to mention by Emes V'Yatzav meant going out of Egypt. Malchus, you have to mention kingship. of Hashem, of Kriyas Yamsuf and splitting of the sea, Makis Bechoros and the destroying, hitting of the firstborn. Ayin Sham look there. Mashma Rajbut, Mashma in the Rajbut, Brachot Yadalef, the Likubu it's Ma'akiv. I feel with the Yavadim it wouldn't count if you did Bemas Yatsi properly. But Sarafin, the Brachot Yadal and Base, you need the from Brachot Yadal and Base with Gemara. Halboy like Kuri, but it needs to mention Sharnu Lach, and they allowed it to you. Rotalomer, Micha Moichel adds Sofa Bracha for Micha Moichel until the end of the Bracha. Compare Rashi like Rashi says over there. The Lefizah, Chassid Makas Bechoros, that according to this, if you say this whole thing, you're going to be missing Makas Bechoros. So how come? Okay. The dochel l'kalik between shachris, the harvest is dochel to make a difference between shachris and harvest. Ulay nosog achar hayalehem. Maybe there was a different language to them. Besof at the end shahaya besofo. Gam kain sibur makas v'chores that had at the end of it also makas v'chores. Gam yirsham brachos perik el chazva v'mash v'getzas v'glak l'chatila, and also in the Rishalmi and brachos aleph. Brachos perik aleph Allah chavav it's mash only l'chatila. I am sham looking over there. V'tzarafi and l'maisa nidi and l'maisa. And she's saying it's mash from the Rash, but it's ma'akiv even b'diavad, but it seems from the Gemara that it's not. Im haflif brachos shel shachos, if you switch the bracha of shachos to arvis, or the hepakor did it the other way, arvis to shachos. Im adayin lo amar Hashem al shel sofa bracha. If he didn't say the Hashem's name at the end of the bracha, yafsuf afilas the bracha, just go back to the beginning of the bracha. Remember Hashem, if he did say Hashem, Yisayim in he just concluded ve'in tzarach l'chazi, he doesn't have to go back. Listen to Chayal Moshe Rabbeinu Manoach. He doesn't have time. Mitzarafian. V'chimi mi hit. V'chimi hitulo. Lepsog v'nei she'en l'pnai. And is it that who's allowing him to make a break because he doesn't have time? Elamisha ein lo panai. Okay. Is it that we allow him to make a break because he doesn't have any time? So how can we do this? Elamisha ein lo panai yikari kriya shema. If someone doesn't have time, he should read kriya shema levado alone. Below brachos without the brachos. V'achakakas yelo panai. And afterwards, when he has the time, yikru kriya shema brachos av yispal. And he reads kriya shema with his brachos and the daven. Ukul elbasim and vesim and samach sif beis. So it's said earlier in terms of the beis. So the magen avraham. So what is the case here? How are we allowing this to happen? In the book of Shalom writes, the Mikol Makom Din Haramah who emes the law of the Ramah is true and proper. Who heifa shekar Kriya Shema in the case where he read Kriya Shema, he had Savar Shiyuchel Gemara call it because he thought he could finish the whole daven, he could finish all the way to Kriya Shema. But Shav Achar Shekar Kriya Shema, further right after he started reading Kriya Shema, Mochahu Machmos is owners the house. He has to do because of whatever owners he has to go. The building's falling. The other food, he's saying this is better. They should say after. It's better they should make a break after Hashem Lekei commandments. And afterwards, when he comes to pray, he's going to say v'yatziv. But when he knew originally that he's not going to have time, the close Kriya Shema to read Kriya Shema and to davening. Then Shem Yavers Man Kriya Shema. He's afraid of the time when Kriya Shema is going to pass. Before he has time. Gam Humo that he agrees with the Magen Avraham Dejia for Kriya Shema Levad. He should just be Kriya Shema alone. Because Ukein Zat Teretz Gam Kein Prima God. I Shem some of the Prima God also says. I mean, if you shouldn't be saying all the stuff until Kriya Shema. If you said all the stuff until Kriya Shema, rather what you should be doing is saying Kriya Shema and then do it again when you have time. Because you get this on Kriya Shema when you say Kriya Shema alone, and then you do it again, you have to get davening with Kriya Shema. But if you already started Kriya Shema, you're already up to Kriya Shema, for whatever reason, you have to make a break. So what is your options are? Make a break after Gal Yisrael, make a break right now, and then do it again later when you get to davening. So then the proper thing to do is to stop right now and then finish the brachos afterwards. Just read until emes and then wait. Okay, because then you'll get gal yisrael with an emes yatziv with for davening. Okay. The suffix kar Kriya Shema close of the car and Muvarach now lachra. If you did suffix if you read Kriya Shema, you repeat it and then you go back and repeat the brachas before and afterwards. Okay. Kar Kriya Shema. Ubishar mitzvah elements are right. The heichah shabukay last is also mitzvah when you are obligated to read them. Misafik pasuk lel b'semen yad zayin sefez. We passed earlier in some of these sefez. L'inian timtum in regard to tumna after chayav tzitzis, even though he's obligated to tzitzis of yardeh. Sif Gimel Lenin Milam androgynous and earlier in Sif Gimel in regards to have breast milam by an androgynous. And similarly all stuff like this. Okay. Below Yivarach al mitzvah, you shouldn't make a brach on the mitzvah. Ki a brach on him, Rabbanon the brachos are the Rabbanon tzreich l'kula, and when you have a suffix it's l'kula. Ach yishposkim shemachalkim bein hecha shesafagu im chayiv klal b'mitzvahs. However, the poskim are make a difference whether in the case of the suffix is if he's obligated at all in the mitzvah, could go in Hayit Shekatan, for example, that case which we said. Rather, in between the case where he is obligated, just doesn't know if he did the mitzvah. The other then you have to do. Okay. As weet worden we elkaar met heel veel who in Machmas in Mechuyev cloud emissions, if he's obligated at all in the mitzvahs, go into each Gazan, for example, that case that you mentioned, Ben Hechesh Mechuyev El Sheni There im Asa mitzvah, between a case where he is obligated and he doesn't know if he did the mitzvah. So meaning, was he obligated to do it? The other then you would have to make a bracha also. Well, if he's according to this, lulav or shofar b'yom rishon, for example, or lulav or shofar on the first day, when he has a suffix in kavar also the mitzvah he already did with kaigavna, tzarach la'asos brachos, you would have to do it with a bracha. Because of the Prima Gadim says, and because the mission b'shem Rajban, from the Kesef mission in the name of the Rajban, b'chem Magad Abram, b'shem Rivash, and assembly in the Magad in the name of the Rivash, the Kambas and Tavkov Hey, on Skemel Mucha, the Lo Sphere Lehu, the Chilik, they don't hold this Chilik. It's proven they don't hold this Chilik. El Tamid B'li Bracha, it's all constant without a bracha. Magam Mei Agrab, B'shem and Zen, also from the Grand, the Semen Mucha, the Lo Sphere Lehu, the Chilik, they doesn't hold this Chilik. Okay, the imheviel or shofar, if they bring him a shofar or lulav b'yom rishon on the first day in shmashos between at twilight, l'kuli amag no tilbali bracha according to everyone who take it without a bracha. He possess a suffix who im chayev atul b'klal b'mitzvah. Because with this, the suffix is if he's even obligated now at all with at the mitzvah, so he doesn't even know if he's obligated. Now he's taking it. So he for sure can't say a bracha because he may not be doing the mitzvah. So the bracha will be a bracha levatala. Right? You have another suffix that not only do you have a suffix device lachumra, but you also have you might not even be doing it. Okay. How that makes sense. You go back and repeat it. Because Vanish Muslim, we didn't do a talis and still. You didn't do the lulav in the proper time. You read by the Vanish Muslim. You may not be doing lulav. That's one something. Second something is maybe you're not even obligated because you're only doing this because the suffix device lachumra. So for sure you can't say a bracha. Close the book, you go back and repeat it. Okay, if you didn't do the first, you're not sure if you did it. Atam, the Kamala, because we pass in the Piyashma, the rights of Piyashma is the rights of Klum, the Hal Kasiv, the divides of them, it says you should speak about them, which is while sitting in your house. Koya Parsha Zu is going on this Parsha, you should say this fill in this Parsha, okay. Gufa, Shechayel is obligated to say B'Shah Shchiva immediately when the time of going to sleep and getting up. Lefilach and the stabig and cars lav. If he's therefore if he's a suffix if he read it or not. Chayav l'chazib l'kros l'kol speak of the verb the raisa. You have to go back and reread it like every speak of the raisa. In Mubarak, he would make a baruch on this. This is really long, and I'm going to leave it for tomorrow. Yeah.